to a Grand Life, sponsored by Froz. We're headed for the summit now. We appear to have 3 realistic options, via gondola, climb or road. Now, I'm no stranger to a little cardio, but to my mind there's only one way to approach a resort. Besides, crampons and fatigues, in this season? Très gauche, darlings. A little briefing now, and hey, I think Lewis might actually be taking orders from Genetic Purity Pete over there. I shouldn't criticise, the fella's showing more survival instinct than we have, and seems quite confident in his abilities. So we're to assault the gondola. Well, hardly rocket science, but no sense in overcomplicating things, I suppose. And I'm being left with little Nicky to bring up the rear, so how are things, big guy? Right, as good as all that, huh? Well, there's an interview for the ages. So, how do you work a sniper rifle anyway? It's a little more complicated than a carbine, and we didn't have tech like this on the range. I suppose I just turned this on... Oh, hey, a viewfinder! Alright, so this is basically like a vidcam, except when the director orders you to shoot, they really mean it! And there's a zoom, that's handy, and... Oh, the gondola has exploded. Well... We're climbing up to the remains of the gondola now. Blood everywhere. I do worry that I'm getting desensitised, but that's probably a good thing for a war correspondent. It's a harder climb when you're having to concentrate on keeping your organs in place. And to be entirely honest, I'm not really sure if my organs are quite the same as everyone else's here, so heaven help them if they need to play doctor again. I hope my camera implant's still running. Well, this is lovely. Very rustic. I mean, yes, I'm glad the gondola's basically intact, but the viscera, scorch marks and fully detached door, they're just not screaming safe conveyance to me. Nothing for it now but to give it a try, I suppose. Do you think Nicky violates the weight limit, I wonder? Well, maybe we'll just let him get in first. We're on the ascent now. Magruder has lapsed into a fugue state, quite possibly PTSD, but who can say? We're moving through the chem-clad cover now, so there's no view to speak of. A drink service wouldn't go amiss. I'll be sure to give them a scathing review later. Let's see. Populated with bigots and racists, no regard to health and safety, food and drink non-existent, and fortunately ample nightlife, but facilities spacious and clean. 2 out of 10 stars. Maybe they do have some food up there. A little fondue would be... Oh, would you look at that? An actual terrestrial sunrise. I never thought I'd live to see one. Look at the colours, Nicky. The pink and the orange. I'm sorry, darlings. I think I'm going to have to withhold commentary for now. I don't think there are words to do this justice. So, one benefit is that we can breathe freely up here. The air's a little thin, and, well, at least it doesn't taste like recycled CO2. Now I was just enjoying myself. Yes, you don't need to look at me like that, I'll do the talking. Just excuse me, my limp and crippling abdominal pain is slowing me down a little bit, you know? Right. Yeah. Well, it is seeming that the gondola hasn't been run for several hours, and I'm taking it off the mountain for maintenance. What do you mean it wasn't authorized? Of course it wasn't. Do you authorize routine maintenance? What if the engine freezes? And who would want to attack this frozen pile? Did they buy it? Ooh, I don't know if they did. Off to the dock, I suppose. Superb. They're watching us. Okay. Nemo, I'll just follow your lead. Let's just try to keep this brief. Ein saucer pig to deliver for interrogation. I caught them snooping around the gondola station and wanted to show them some hospitality. Achtung, halt, comrade! You will put your rifle down immediately. They are all deserving of punishment, you are quite right, but there is no sport if they're half dead before the interrogation can start, yeah? Long and slow, just like Mama Strudel, that's the way, not barbarian brute strengths. Then we'd be no better than them. Well, make sure he enjoys every moment just as much as we do. Nein, there is no need for you to be bringing up reinforcements. The situation is quite under control. Oh. Well, Nemo, that'll resolve the problem, I suppose. Could you just keep the blood off the name tag, yeah? Thank you. They're just ever so useful. We're now moving towards the central structure, back out in the cold. A couple of guards posted. They look somewhat competent. Oh, Well, viewers, I apologise for the gratuitous not-sprack in this episode, but for the low price of 500 credits, you could be the owner of the Maracano Translatrix branded translation unit. With one relatively uninvasive medical procedure, you can enjoy total comprehension of all known languages and dialects. We heard reports of a disturbance at Ein Gondola dock. On further investigation, we found no sign of intruders, but a number of footprints and are now en route to intercept. Oh, sorry, darling. Was that a little far-fetched? Well then, maybe you'd better put the radio down, because I can promise you, there's nobody coming to help you now.
Platgram, the Grand trademark and all associated words and opinions are the sole intellectual property of Maracano unless expressly stated otherwise. All rights reserved, except those of Platgram, which are reserved by Maracano. The Surgeon General strongly advises against the participation in and glorification of war.
Julian, I understand that you're worried, but I'm fine, alright? I'm not healthy, but I'm fine. No, I don't know what those med alerts emails are, and no, I don't know how they're being sent from my accounts, but I'm fine. There is no need whatsoever to send me 15 emails every hour about it. 15. I've counted. Do you have a timer to remind you when to send them? Have you actually been getting any work done today? I've been getting some weird email from Kingston too. You've been talking to him about your drizzle again, huh? Look, I don't know how many times I need to tell you this, but that's a bad idea. I can't go into it any further. You honestly wouldn't understand. It's okay for you to be in touch with them, if you're careful about it, but don't mention it to him. He likes that stuff to stay between me and him. Look, I'll explain it to you, okay? But once you've got a few more years under your belt, alright? Look, I'm sorry he's giving you a hard time at the moment. I get it. I've been in your shoes before. In fact, you sat at my old command console. I bet the R key still sticks, huh? I'll tell you what, when I get back, we'll go out for coffee. Just you and me. My treat. There's a little place near Mars. It's a complete nightmare to get to, but nobody knows about it. It's out of the way, and it does some damn fine cherry pie. I'll bring the camera. We'll call it a behind-the-scenes interview for the box set special features. You know how we do. And then maybe we can put the whole thing on expenses. How about that, huh? Get whatever you want. But this addressal thing is bigger than either of us, Julian. There is more money involved in this. Just let it go. Please, just let it go.